Hi everyone, it's Rock Ryan and you're watching another movie of the week, and this movie is The Spy Who Loved Me from 1977, so if you haven't watched it, watch it now. If you're new to movie of the week, I'm talking about a movie here and you guys comment below your thoughts, and we're doing franchise and reboots and things of those elements in 2024, so we're doing 4 James Bond movies. Last week we did Dr. No, so make sure you watch that movie in that video before doing this movie in this video, and then we're going to do 2 more James Bonds. So I chose a Roger Moore one, right? So obviously I had to do Sean Connery, and you know, picking the first movie was the right move to make, but I was also like, you know, if you watch the video, like I'm very critical of that movie and like question it and like wonder so many things about it. And so I don't recall exactly why I chose this Roger Moore movie exactly. I don't know. But after watching it, I was like, maybe I know why. And I think because I kind of talked in the last episode about like kind of like how these movies are very sexist, the James Bond movies, and yeah, this movie itself had some sexist undertones, but I think the reason I don't know, like this movie, including this, I don't even remember, is because there's a female spy. There's a female version of James Bond, because just like James Bond starts the movie out where he's like with a woman, she starts the movie out where she's with a man, and it's kind of the same way. And so it's kind of like we got this British spy and the Russian spy, so it's like I feel like maybe that's why I like it. They were like, I can't recall, like, I'm sorry guys, we can't do every single James Bond movie here, so I can't recall if like we see in another movie so much where like a woman has this much agency. Well, prior, you know, all the movies coming towards this point, like I don't know before then if we see a woman have this much agency in a movie. I'm sure we see in some James Bonds where like there's some moments where women are fighting back, like we even saw that in the first one, like at the end, like that woman had more agency and was fighting back, but like for the entirety of the movie, like we don't see that until now. So it's like, I think so, unless I'm completely wrong. So I think I really liked that element of it. I also felt like this one had more money and more budget and like was doing a lot more things. Like I thought it was actually really cool when they like go into the water and the car is able to do what that car is able to do in the water. So I really liked that. And that's kind of the thing with James Bond movies, is he has all these like really cool gadgets. So I think like that's something that was also shown in this movie. And then I think like the ending scene, like that, I don't know if the set of it like was actually really big and really powerful. And so I think I really liked that. Like there was just so much like put into this, and you kind of see that, like, you know, 15 years later from 1962, like how much more they're able to do with film and stuff, and you can really see that. There's still some sexist moments, and like the end he's just like, oh, I'm with the girl, like I don't even know. And I'm probably forgetting some things about this movie too. I mean, it is funny that she was like trying to kill him at times too, and like, but they had a mission. Also, another thing, like this evil guy, like he just he wanted to bomb places because he thinks he's doing a good thing for the world. That is like, it's in so many action movies and so many like whatever movies where the bad guy wants to kill people and like bomb things because he's like, it's actually like I'm doing a favor to the world, like there's gonna be a good consequence, like a positive thing from this. Like you see it in so many movies, so I always think it's like so funny, and I feel like it's like probably in like 80% of action movies they all do it like slightly different, but like you notice it. So that was that. I think I also should talk about like the different James Bonds. So Sean Connery did a lot of James Bond movies, but I think, like, I honestly don't know why they exactly changed James Bond. I feel like they realized that James Bond was doing so well, like this franchise was doing so well, you know, in the 60s and he was still in some movies in the early 70s. And so it was something where they were like, we can't let go of the name and the franchise, but maybe Sean Connery was getting old or wasn't doing as well anymore. Like, I don't know exactly the reason. So that's why they hired that guy. I know Thomas Dalton, is his name Thomas Dalton? Maybe that was the one after Roger Moore, I don't know. But they tried a couple different James Bonds, and I think they were trying people that like looked like him too, which like we have eyes, like just because he's brown hair and brown eyes like doesn't mean anything. So it was something they were trying people and it didn't work, and I think they like brought Sean Connery back at some point. But I think it was something where they like with Roger Moore, like he just like had it, and like yeah, he like his hair was like blonde, sandy blonde, I don't even know exactly what you want to call it. So he didn't have the exact same look, but I think it was something where they realized like every few years, not every few years, but after a few different movies, like we changed to James Bond, and it's kind of like the name. And so it's something like, you know, it's something like if you know, we had a franchise nowadays for the first time, who then after a few movies tried to change someone, we switch the person, we would be so mad. We'd be like, what is this? And like, I even so like, what is this? But I think it was something where it's like the franchise and the name was doing so well that they had to keep it going in some ways. I mean, like Mission Impossible, like it's like Tom Cruise is getting old, but like he's not gonna like replace himself. Like they just are gonna only do like one more movie or something, you know? But it's also funny because I think Roger Moore is older than Sean Connery. And I feel like Sean Connery started the movies in his early 30s, but I feel like a lot of these, I think Pierre Brosnan maybe was also kind of young, but Daniel Craig was also kind of like older when they hired people to be James Bond. So I think it's like a really interesting dynamic of how that all works, and obviously we'll dive in deeper when we do the other movies. So it's hard to exactly compare these two movies because it's just like the same person, you know, he has the same swag supposedly, and just like same, you know, it's the kind of the things, there's so many James Bond movies that they kind of have like the same template, kind of like, you know, an episodic serial, not a serialized, episodic show where it's like has the same template every single episode. It's just they're dealing with something different. So it's like literally all these James Bond movies, they have the same template, but they're just dealing with something different. I feel like some of the Daniel Craig's movies are like a different template, but we can discuss those when we get to those. But it's kind of, so it's hard to like exactly compare, you know. Obviously I feel like Sean Connery, like he's the first James Bond, he is like the real swag. So like in terms of like who's the better James Bond, technically Sean Connery over Roger Moore, but then again, like Sean Connery, like it was very sexist. So it's just kind of like anyway, so these are the first two James Bond movies what we're gonna do, and then the next one we're gonna do is Tomorrow Never Dies. I think that's the name of it, from 1997. It's a Pierce Brosnan movie. So make sure you comment your thoughts about The Spy Who Loved Me and Dr. No, and then watch Tomorrow Never Dies if that's the actual name of that one, unless I'm messing it up. For next week, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.